Welcome, everyone, and what a game we have for you tonight as we get set to bring you NBA action on 2K Sports. With Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll be joined by Allie LaForce on the sidelines. And a look at the injury situation. 2 players injured. One of their stars is out. Something they're going to have to overcome tonight.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. At the forward spots, it's Miller and Bridges. LaMelo Ball is out there with Colin Sexton. And it's Plumlee in at the 5, down low. And for Philadelphia, we've got George. Quentin Grimes out there with Tyrese Maxey. Then there's Oubre. And it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint. Ball with the bucket. And with every new season, DB, there's always a great sense of optimism around the NBA.
It's such an exciting time. Every team comes in with a clean slate. You've put a ton of work into your offseason in terms of individual skill development. There's a lot of optimism, and so much has yet to play out. With that size and with that strength, it is such a problem trying to keep Andre Drummond off the offensive glass.
Ball, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Ball's got 5 points so far.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance. Boy, they're slow to get it going here tonight. Just 1 for 4 to start.
Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Yeah, you've combined strength, athleticism, unbelievable hops. Miles Bridges, yes, sir.
And the Hornets playoff drought continuing. Greg, their last postseason appearance, 2016.
Yeah, the rebuild grinds on, and last season, their worst record in over a decade. They're hoping these new additions can help.
Ball with the bucket. He has 7.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Maxey against Miller. And Miller with the block.
And good length and athleticism give Miller an advantage at the defensive end.
Got that one up quick.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Now, here's Maxey. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thank you, Kevin. Many have predicted an all-star future for Brandon Miller. He said, I don't really read anything like that. I just focus on what I can do today. It's all about the work. That's the only way to get better. I just came in with the mindset of making my team better and being a winning player. Kevin?
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. And timeout called by Nick Nurse. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Greg, you talk about some players passing the eye test. LaMelo is one of those guys.
I mean, everything he does looks so easy with how he moves, and the numbers back up what the eye sees. He raises the level of his team whenever he's on the court.
And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. The Hornets 4th.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Pass to Grimes. And they get it. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage. And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Here's the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, you talk about spacing the floor. This is exactly what you hope for from Quentin Grimes.
Shoots from the baseline, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
Outside, George. Maxey with it. He's picked up by James. Here's Grimes. Another three for Philadelphia.
How about the quick trigger off the catch from Grimes? Nice.
Here's Knipple. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Outside, Maxey. Oh, good on the triple. On the wing, James. Covered by Oubre. James, good.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Ball. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Wow, they've come out strong. Control the pace, assert their will. Nice.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Hornets lead by 11. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin for the Hornets here, guys.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
Hornets leading by 11. And some young promise in the backcourt for Philadelphia.
Maxey already an all-star. Jared McCain looks to continue his promising start. And Quentin Grimes, a revelation last season. And let's not forget, number 3 pick B.J. Edgecombe. They are loaded at guard.
On the court for the Hornets, James is out there with Knipple. And it's Bridges. And it's Diabate in at the power forward position. Wasted no time on that one. Bridges has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
To the right side. Pass to McCain. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. A three-pointer is right on target. Edwards got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Diabate. Over Watford, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And the Hornets making a change here. Ball's checked in. Outside, Edwards. Outside, Maxey. And Grimes has it in the corner. And stolen by James. Over Grimes. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, looking at the Eastern Conference this season, as much uncertainty as I can remember with regard to the pecking order. With injuries shifting the balance of power, things very much up in the air. And there's some up-and-coming teams seeming to sense an opportunity to make their move.
Certainly something to watch. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report.
What an electrifying game by LaMelo Ball. Is anyone more exciting than this young guy?
Hornets leading by 18. And here's James outside. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Knipple with the bucket.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
It's good.
Creating easier opportunities for your guys to score. That is good offense.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Some changes for Philadelphia. Andre Drummond's checked in for Edwards. And Georgia subbed in for Jared McCain. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Miller's checked in for James. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Pass to Miller. Over Oubre. That's good from Miller on the assist from Ball. Ball's got his third assist on the night. Philadelphia with the ball. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. A shot by George, wide open. Misses the three. Here's Miller. And he uses the glass on the layup. Miller's got his second basket of the game.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from three, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
Now, here's Maxey. Scoreless thus far. And here's Charlotte. They're on a 19-7 run. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Charlotte moving the ball around. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Well, you've got to see the whole floor. LaMelo Ball does exactly that, finds the open man.
Maxey passes to Grimes. Sinks the triple. Grimes has got 9.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And so it's Charlotte holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
I'm here with Nick Nurse, and Coach, I saw you imploring your team to pick it up. Where do you need to be better in the second half?
Well, we're not very good offensively right now. I think we're taking some okay shots, but we got to be a little bit more patient and keep moving it around a little bit. Need multiple paint touches rather than just one. So we just got to do a little bit better job of getting off it and relocating a little bit.
Patience is a virtue. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Allie. And folks, don't go away. Halftime is here, and we'll be right back with you after this break.
Welcome, everyone, to tonight's show. Kicking things off, let's see some of the names on the injury list around the league. You know, I'm impressed you guys almost never take sick days off work.
Yeah, especially impressive because Shaq today, Ernie, is under the weather. You could hear it in his voice. He could have wrote his own doctor's note.
Shaq, isn't that kind of Dr. Kenny?
But I could still do it, Ernie. It'll still be a doctor's note. It counts.
Well, in that case, count me even more impressed. Let us take some time now to talk about the first half, a commanding performance for the Charlotte Hornets.
They've kept the ball moving. No one's trying to be a hero, and you see the results.
Yeah, they're just not slinging it around. They are passing with a purpose.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Man, we're seeing a tremendous game from LaMelo Ball.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
I don't know that you necessarily think of him as someone who's going to create for others, but boy, all night he's been willing to make the extra pass.
And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Hornets. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 25. Axie out there with Quentin Grimes. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then it's George. And it's Oubre in at the small forward spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Now here's Oubre. Still without a basket. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
Boy, this is an area of his game that he has stepped up from his entry point into the league. Kelly Oubre is got to be taken seriously from downtown right now.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
This is the kind of selfless leader Maxey is. He knows how important it is to share the ball.
And the state of North Carolina is a powerhouse, Doris. You know that in college hoops. Can that translate, do you think, to the Hornets?
Kevin, what we know, what the research tells us, is that college basketball fans are just that, and NBA fans are just that. Those two fan bases don't generally cross over. The Hornets need to focus on winning, however, because in America, everybody loves a winner.
And the 76ers call time here.
And a moment now to look at the stats for LaMelo Ball. Last season, he played outstanding. Averaged 25 points per game last season, 7 assists and 5 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Now Miller, after Kelly Oubre missed from long range. Here's Plumlee, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
And it's George finishing it off.
Man, after all the injury setbacks, you see the elevation Paul George has. That is impressive.
Plumlee, no luck. George looking over the floor. Maxey, no good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Drummond dishes to George. George double-teamed. Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
Once Drummond gets the ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
Here's Ball. Plumlee trying to break loose. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 22 points.
Boy, this guy making the most of his chances here, really giving his team a lift.
50 seconds left in the third. Back to Grimes. The tray drills the three-pointer. Grimes has got 12 points in the game.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Here's Sexton, and he makes good on the layup.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Grimes finds Maxey. Back to Grimes. The 76ers, another three.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
The Hornets have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. Here's Bridges. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. And that's now 6 points from Miles Bridges. The three from George. Hornets with the rebound. Plumlee's got rebound number 5 here tonight. 4 seconds left. And there's another one for the Hornets.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Hornets on top, running away with it. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. They've got Trey Mann. He's out there with Knipple. And it's James in at the three, the small forward.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Basket counts. Mann's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
And here's James outside. Bangs home the trifecta.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
You know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
Back to Edwards. The 76ers again can't hit it. Here's Knipple. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Those shots are like layups for Knipple. He's got such a great feel with that J.
Looking to end the run. And James pulls it down. Charlotte has gotten on a roll from three-point land. They've been flawless. 6 for 6 tonight. And the 76ers with some changes. Bonus checked in. And Eric Gordon subbed in for Walker. The Hornets also with a sub. Simpson's checked in. 76ers have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Lets it go. McCain's shot is off.
Boy, that was his shot to miss. This guy's a terrific mid-range shooter.
Simpson, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And here's Edwards from the arc. The shot, no good. And so James will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Philadelphia has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Outside Gordon. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. No good on the three. The Hornets have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Charlotte.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for LaMelo Ball.
What a groove for him this evening. Just stand aside and let the man work.
Gordon for 3. The shot that time not on target. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's James. Tyrese Maxey grabs the miss. Here's McCain. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Dorisburg, Greg Anthony and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in tonight. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, LaMelo Ball.